Income protection for the mining industry is what we're talking about today. I'm John Naylor on the eCentral Business Show, joined by a resident expert financial planner, Helen Baker, and author of On Your Own 2 Feet. And interestingly, I think that's your business name as well, isn't it?
It is. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Oh, okay. Fabulous. Something to keep in mind. Now, are we going to do any advice? You want to do a disclaimer? You want to bump that out of the way?
We'll have to do a disclaimer to say this is general discussion only and you should seek specific advice for what's right for you.
Okay, fair enough. Now, we're doing this fabulous series around mining history. This is the final episode. If you haven't watched the previous 4, you should probably go back and have a look at them. But anyway, today we're talking about income protection. Now, what's the relevant things about income protection as you see it for the mining industry and people working there?
So it's relevant for everybody, but particularly in the mining sector, if you look at the amount of the salary that people are earning, so primarily there's a premium that they get paid compared to other industries. And then if you map that out and say, okay, I'm 35 or 40 years old and I'm going to work for the next 20, 30 years, how much is my salary? And it will be multi-millions based on what they're earning.
That's true, yes.
So the issue is that you want to protect that, because if you are not working due to sickness or injury, your fallback is income protection. So we had somebody who was earning about $270,000 a year but had no income protection at all.
Wow. Okay.
So if they can't work, something happens, and could be worse where they never return to work, then this money can keep paying them ongoing. But if they don't, it's like, what's your fallback option? Centrelink?
Haven't you got something out of your job? But no, it's not quite that, is it? Because if it's not work related,
right,
that's when income protection.
Yeah, so getting something like a cancer or bang your head on, fall off a horse riding on the weekend, or renovate and do something to your hand.
Yeah, fall off a ladder.
Yes, any of those things are not going to be work related, but it protects you if you're at work as well. So it's a general cannot work due to sickness or injury, including mental health, which is a big issue these days. Oh,
as well type thing. Okay. Now, one thing's always concerned me, or been a question in my mind about income protection, is how they actually work out what's right and then how much that's going to cost you.
Right. So there's a couple of aspects to look at when you're looking. Do you insure for the amount that you actually earn? So it will cover you generally for 75% of what you can prove that you earn. So you don't have to do that amount of money if you think, oh, well, I could manage on a lesser amount, but that's the maximum that you can do. From there, it starts to break down into some serious definitions. Things such as words like indemnity or agreed become important. And what that means generally is, if you do all the work up front and prove what you're earning, even if you're not earning that down the track, under certain policies, you will still get paid that amount of money. So the devil's in the detail when it comes to all of these insurance type policies, to make sure that you get what is really there to protect, so that when it comes to claim time, and we've had several claims for people, is that they actually get what they're expecting to be paid for. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, no, I hear that. And actually, I've got a long-term friend who's had some problems with kidneys and that sort of thing. And there's the argy-bargy of the wording type thing. So it is really important to make sure you understand the implications and the wording.
Yep. And to get it locked down properly at the start. Because then there are a whole other range of things like level versus step premiums, which is another piece of the puzzle. So the general policies that fall in super, general policies that even workplaces, some workplaces have policies that might provide for, say, 2 years or 5 years of their salary. But if they're not working there, then that's not there for them. So if they've moved to somewhere else, then do they have a policy? So a lot of these kind of things slip through the cracks. So it's important that you lock everything down at the start. And obviously the younger the better, because then you'll save tens of thousands of dollars in premium by getting things done while you're younger and locking in those rates.
So the premium tables, so to speak, or the calculations are actually, there's a lot of relevance around the age of the person, the applicant, yeah?
Right, so to look at age, to look at the type of job that you do, the money that you're earning, how long you've been working. It's got so many different pieces to the puzzle that will all determine what yours really looks like.
Right, you'd actually be surprised at how they come up with the number at all on the basis of that. But anyway, look, that's the basis around which you get in and have a long conversation with a financial planner such as yourself, yeah?
Yeah, so that's the third foundation in our 5, and it's a really key component, because when we're talking about going ahead and investing and doing those kind of things, if you don't have these bits around you to support you, then you get forced to sell investments or your home.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, anyway, as we're wrapping up this series around the mining industry, let's just recap a couple of those things. So the 5 foundations that we talk about, yeah? So as income considerations and that volatility around mining industry, something that you concern yourself on behalf of clients, yeah?
Yeah, so we look at, the emergency funds, that spending and the investment plan. So making sure spending's taken care of, making sure the investments are manageable.
Yeah, investing wisely is another thing we've touched on. Yeah.
Estate planning.
Yeah, superannuation, we've talked about that. And then this final episode about income protection. So they're really valuable stuff. And if you're in the mining industry, obviously, or just in business or, got a job,
exactly.
and, and concerning yourself about your future and how you set yourself up for that rainy day that's eventually going to come. Then obviously talking to Helen Baker. Now, how do people get hold of you, Helen?
They can find me through this video on the eCentral Business Show or on yourown2feet.com.au.
Okay, and where do they actually get a copy of...
On the website as well, and the second book is about to come.
Okay, cool. Does it come in any other colours?
Not at the moment.
It's not going to match my my jacket. No. Anyway.
I was going to say something, but I won't.
Okay. Yeah, I sort of said there was this pregnant pause that came in there. I think you were about to lay a joke on me, which was inappropriate. But anyway, we'll deal with that next time, and we'll actually do that off camera maybe, so you guys don't get to share. Sorry about that. Okay, Helen Baker, thank you very much for coming in today. And that's another episode done, the eCentral Business Show. I'm John Naylor. So, just a general chat with Helen Baker, our resident expert financial planner on the eCentral Business Show. Helen, now, where's this passion come from about financial planning? We've just shot your first series. You've talked about you like it.
Yeah.
Where's that come from?
I didn't know to start with. So my background was originally more as a fixer. So I used to go into businesses and fix things and make things happen. So I think the combination of the finance background, the project management, the fixer, and dealing with people, 1, 2, 3, and here I am. Okay,
fabulous. Now we're going to put a disclaimer up around us at the moment, so it's probably down here somewhere-ish. But it's really important that people understand that whatever we do in these episodes is not specific advice, yeah?
No, so specific advice must be tailored to their personal circumstances. So we'll just be talking generally about bits and things, and if that interests them and sparks them, they can seek specific advice from there.
Okay, so now how do people get their Helen Baker though? So there's a book and there's a website to make contact, yeah?
Yeah, so there's a website, there is the book that you can buy. I'm on LinkedIn. You find me wandering around Brisbane.
Okay.
Leave me alone if I'm at the groceries. No. So yeah, just on yourown2feet.com.au is the hub of where you'll find everything you need to know,
and
really.
That's the book title as well, isn't it?
It is. What does that mean? It's all consistent.
Okay, fabulous. All right, so that's a couple of great ways to get your Helen Baker, the resident expert financial planner on the eCentral Business Show.